For students preparing to write WAEC chemistry exam tomorrow, so these are the preparatory questions for you. Add up these questions to whatever you are reading. And by the way, how was today English? Yeah, I wish you guys best of luck. By God's grace, A1 in all your papers will be your portion. If not A1, B2. If not B2, B3. You will never have CCs. Not the close of having D7, E8, or F9 by God's grace. And WAEC will not held your results by God's grace. So now let's look at these questions. I'll be giving you questions based on possible things you can see in tomorrow chemistry question. My name is Matt Ken, as you all know. Mind you, chemistry questions used to come in this format. So you'll be given 8 different questions, sometimes 8, sometimes 7, but most times usually 8. And you're going to answer 5 out of the 8. No, now chemistry questions is that 5, each of it used to carry 25 marks. Yeah, if the pattern still remain for this year as well. Each of those questions carry 25 marks. But the question is always cumbersome, in the sense that number one can have woman figure I. Those kind of questions. Maybe number one AI, one AII, one AII, and something like that. So, and you'll be given 2.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours to answer the 5 questions, which each is going to be 20, either 20, I think 20 marks. So to make it 100. All right. Good. Now let's move to possible questions. Now, before I move to possible questions that you should add up whatever you are reading, these are what I do. I am an educational consultant, as you all know, and also if you need my service for your consultation, your admission consultation, for those of you that wrote JAM this year, and those of you that plan to write the mock-up exam that will be coming up on June 13th. So if you need a consultant or a mentor that will guide you throughout your admission, like I can handle your admission if you wrote JAM this year. I will guide you in your admission, tell you what to do, I will be like as if your guardian. Let me just leave it that way. So the service for that my mentorship fee is 5,000 naira. All right. And I will ensure that I mentor you till the day you be admitted. There is a platform for my mentorship, my mentee, those are my mentors, those are my students which I'm mentoring. So there's a WhatsApp group for them. And you too, you'll be given a form if you're interested to fill. Then I'll begin the guidance and the mentorship. Not only that, if you need any certificate, let's say your best certificate, you need your local government certificate, you need tax clearance for 3 years, you need maybe affidavit of anything, change of name, you understand, any forms of document you want to get. Even this work you are writing, the results will be out 90 days after June 19. The last day of the exam is June 19. So count 45 days after June 19. That is when your result is going to be out. And count 90 days after June 19. That is when your certificate will be out. So if you want to print the certificate, I can help you do that. And all these things, I can scan them and send you the PDF if your location is far. Or if you want me to way bill down to your environment, to your side, I can still help you to way bill it down. So if you are interested, my WhatsApp number is always everywhere. So you can do well to text me on this WhatsApp. It's 09155102818. So do well to text me on this WhatsApp number, or probably you give me a call. You can also send me a message on this WhatsApp again. This is 08068435809. Those are my WhatsApp number. For any educational services you need, I'm always available. And then finally, there will be a master class for students who will be writing biology practical. Yeah, biology practical should be the last subject for science students. I think so. That should be the last subject for science students. So there will be a master class for biology students. I've released video for the possible questions in biology practical part ABC on my channel. Go ahead and watch it. And also for the master class is just 1,000 naira. Payment is already going on. We use Zoom as usual. So I know it's not new to you. So if you're interested, the same account number you have been paying to is also the same way you're going to do it as well. And you're going to install or download Zoom Workplace on your Play Store or from your Apple Store. Still the same procedure. The account details still remain this one: 8068435809. So that is Palm Pay. And the name you are going to see there is Adegboyega Lukman. The same procedure, nothing changed. Okay, now back straight to the business. Let's go to the business for today. Now, question number 1 says that we should draw the structure of 6 members of alkene. Now, let me write solution here. These are questions you should add up to whatever you are reading as a chemistry student. So remember that the first member of alkane is ethene, that is C2H4. There's nothing like CH2. So people used to make that mistake. You know that members of alkane, when carbon is 1, carbon is 2, carbon is 3, carbon is 4, carbon is 5, carbon is 6. This one's supposed to be the sixth member. Sixth member for what? For the alkene. Oh, sorry. This is alkene. Kene is alkene, not alkane. So the question is alkene, not alkane. Yeah. So the sixth member of alkene is supposed to be right, but alkene does not have fourth member because there's nothing like CH. CH2 does not exist. So the first member starts from this. So this one is going to be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the sixth will now be C7H14. Do you understand that? This is C2H4, C3H6, C4H8, C5H10, C6H12. So this is the sixth member of what? Of the alkene. Good. From this general formula, CnH2n. General formula for alkene. Alkene is this. Good. So you said we should draw the A says we should draw the structure of the sixth member of alkene. So this is it here. Then while drawing it, this is going to be C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your double bond is going to be here. Then you can put your hydrogen here, supply your hydrogen with every other thing you have here. Do you understand? So this is just the answer they require you to draw, the sixth member of alkene. So something like this. Okay, so for the B says you calculate the relative molecular mass. Another name for RMM. Relative molecular mass can also be called relative formula mass, or you call it ordinary formula mass rather, of the six members. Mean that we should calculate the molecular mass, molecular formula, or the molar mass rather, the molar mass of C7H14. That's what the question is talking about. So calculating this now, this is going to be carbon is 12, remember, whereby hydrogen is what? 1. The relative atomic mass, RAM, relative atomic mass for carbon is 12, while for hydrogen is 1. But we are now asked to calculate RMM from this question, RMM. So the RMM is going to be the relative molecular mass, which is also known as molar mass too. So the molar mass of this is going to be, that will be 12 times 7 plus 1 times 14. So 12 times 7, that should be 86. Then let me check, that should be 86 or so. So 12 times 7, yeah, 84 rather, sorry, 84. So 84 plus 14, and that is going to be 98 gram per mole. That's the unit for molar mass. All right, that's question number 1. You understand? Now let's move to question number 2. Now, question number 2 says that if you state Charles' law, yeah. So I think I don't need to write the definition here, but let me just say. So definition says that Charles' law states that the volume of a given mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature, where pressure remains constant. The volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature in Kelvin. Yeah, it's good. Put in Kelvin is directly proportional to temperature in Kelvin, whereby pressure remains constant. So mathematically, this is going to be V equals to Kn. You understand? And then if you are looking at this now, make K the subject of formula. So K equals to V over T. Do you get? And if you are comparing more than 3 parameters, that is going to be, let me say Kn equals to Vn Tn. You understand? That n is integer. N is integer. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But most times we usually compare two parameters, like two quantities, which is always 1 and 2. Mind you, sometimes in advanced chemistry it can be V1 when n is 1 over T1 is the same thing as when n is 2 over T2. The same thing as when n is 3, that will be V3 over T3, but and so on and so forth. That's why I said Vn over Tn. But in most times, usually compare two parameters. So just V1 over T1 equals to V2 over T2. And take note of one thing. If you want to convert temperature to Kelvin, they are given in Celsius, use this formula. C plus 273 equals to K. And if you are given in Fahrenheit, you want to convert it to Kelvin, you will use F minus 30. Okay, I think 5 open bracket F minus 32 over 9 equals to C. So this Fahrenheit, this Kelvin, this is Celsius. If you want to do conversion of this temperature from maybe Celsius to Kelvin, Fahrenheit to Celsius, use this formula. All right. So that's what Charles' law states. Now say if you sketch the graph illustrating Charles' law, that's the P. So the graph is just like this. Then you have to put here is going to be a broken line, and here is going to be your volume, and here is going to be your temperature. That temperature will be in what? In Kelvin, and this is minus 273. Do you get? So that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. This is the graphical representation of it. Now let's move to the third question. It says that that's C. Let me just put the C here. It says that a gas occupies 150 cm cube at 21 degrees Celsius. You know, whenever you are asking questions under the gas law, the first parameters you are given, they are your 111 from the question, and the second parameter you be given there, they will be your 222. So as this question goes, anything you meet first, that's your 1 1 1. So the volume 150 cm cube, that's our V1. So our V1 equals to 150 cm cube, and we met at 21 degrees Celsius. That's our T1. So our T1 is 21 degrees Celsius. Let's continue again. What will be its volume if the temperature is increased or raised to 45 degrees Celsius? That be our T2. T2 is 45 degrees Celsius. So they said what will be the volume? That means our V2 is unknown. They now said if pressure is left constant, meaning that pressure is constant. You understand? You know that when we are stating this law, we said the volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature in Kelvin, whereby pressure remains constant, meaning that pressure did not increase, neither does it decrease. So, or you say as pressure, or probably pressure just keep fixed position. All right, so now we get this question now. So let's convert this thing to Kelvin, because the temperature must be in Kelvin. So use this formula, just say 21 plus 273, and that's going to be 284. So 284 Kelvin here, and this one too, 21 plus 273 plus 45. 273 plus 45 is going to be 318. So that's 318 Kelvin. Yeah, 318 Kelvin. So let's insert them into that parameter. Sorry, 273 plus 21 is 294, not 284. 294, not 284. So using the formula V1 T1 equals to V2 T2. So by the time you got multiplied, then our V2 is going to be V1 T2 over T1. Yeah, so let's substitute the parameters. Our V2 to be V1 is what? 150 multiplied by T2 is what? 318 Kelvin over T1 is what? 294 Kelvin. So please do the mathematics and let me know the answer in the comment section. Now let's move to the third question. Now the third question says that you should state 3 uses of hydrogen gas or hydrogen. So I may not write that. Let me just say it with my mouth. So number one is that hydrogen is used to generate electricity. Yeah, it is used to generate electricity, and then it is used in synthesizing ammonia, such as ABA process. Ammonia is N2 plus H2 to give this, and then we have NH3. What's the catalyst? We used to use fine iron. So iron is the catalyst we used to use here, and we balance the reaction equation. If 2 is here, then 3 will be here. This is a gas, gas. So this ABA process, preparation of ammonia, the industrial preparation of ammonia is through ABA process. So we use hydrogen in synthesizing. The meaning of synthesizing means that preparing, in synthesizing ammonia. So then we have it here. All right. So also, that's number one. Another one is that it is used to, okay, I've said it's used to generate electricity, used to synthesize ammonia, and then it is used to produce we use hydrogen, we use hydrogen to produce water gas. Yeah, we used to produce water gas as well. Now the next question here is now that they say we should State the class of oxide to which each of the following compounds belongs to. Now N2O, sodium. So this is sodium 1 oxide. So sodium 1 oxide, let me use red pen to answer that. So sodium 1 oxide is a basic oxide. This is a basic oxide. Zinc oxide is amphoteric. Amphoteric means that it can behave as an acid or a base. Something like zinc, anywhere you see zinc, and aluminium, like Al2O3, is also an amphoteric. So they can behave as an acid also or behave as a base. So now sulfur oxide is an acidic oxide. And then carbon dioxide, you breathe in oxygen, we breathe out we breathe out carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide too is an acidic oxide. Good. And N2O, that is nitrogen 1 oxide, or you call it nitrous oxide, is a laughing gas. Nitrogen 1 oxide, or you call it nitrous oxide, is a laughing gas. Once you inhale it, even if they are flogging you with cane in your head, you will still be laughing. Even if they are punching your eyes, once you inhale it, you will just be laughing. It is called nitrous oxide, or you call it nitrogen 1 oxide, known as laughing gas. So it is a neutral oxide. It's a neutral oxide. All right, so I'll be stopping this video here. I have more questions here. I think I have more questions here, so I'll be stopping this video because I don't want the video to be too long. So if you're interested in the next video, I will title it part B. Go to the comment section, request, type you want part B or part B video, then I will send you the link to go and watch. Thank you so much. Please share this video to other chemistry students. Give us a like, a nice comment, and I wish you success in exam. By God's grace, as WAEC is ending on June 19. Nobody will fall sick, nobody will die, nobody will be kidnapped, nobody will be kidnapped or kidnapped by bandits, and all of you will finish well, and you're going to see your results well with good grade by God's grace. So bye. Request for part B in the comment section. I love you all.